So then the week after, which is usually it's a couple weeks later when a new season starts, but since Power Rangers was over, they started re-airing Mighty Morphin. Now, a couple weeks before this happened, I found out that they said they were going to use new graphics or something. It's like, okay, I didn't understand what they're saying. So anyways, I was excited when Mighty Morphin was coming back. And then I watched it. And I was like, wait, you're showing, new graphics? What? What are you doing? What, Disney, what are you doing? Yeah. Okay, so, this is the only time this has ever happened. I actually hated it. I did not. I know a lot of people hated it. Now, I did watch it, but it was just so annoying. These stupid graphics that Disney did for the Mighty Morphin Revisioned. And another thing what they did, okay, the intro I didn't mind. They made a new intro for Mighty Morphin. Yeah. But then they showed these stupid graphics. They kind of made it look like the old Batman from the 60s. They tried to make it look like that. But one thing that really, not only did those stupid graphics bother me, and then when they would fight, they'd go boom, zoom out, or wherever they did when they fight, so it made it look stupid. But one thing that probably bothered me the most, right before they went to a commercial break, they were to, oh, look what's coming up after the commercial. Like, what? Why are you, okay, I understand this isn't an old episode, but why would you show something that's coming up? Like, that just seems so stupid. So like I said, I continued watching it because at the time it's the only Power Rangers that was on TV, and so yeah, so I was watching it, and then I got into the Green with Evil series. Now, this was I think around May. Now this is very exciting. Back in May of 2010, news broke that Saban, the creator of the Power Rangers, bought back the Power Rangers. I literally got so excited. I got so excited when I found this out. I was like, oh my god, Power Rangers, Power Rangers coming back. I would get rid of the stupid Revisioned. Now, when I was watching the Revisioned, so I got so excited about Power Rangers coming back. I'll get to that in a moment. But when I was watching Power Rangers Revisioned, or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Revisioned, I thought, okay, maybe this is going to lead into something, and maybe Disney's going to do something, maybe make some kind of movie or something to give us a big ending to the series. But yeah, so when it was announced that Saban bought it back, I was excited, and I think everybody was excited that Power Rangers was coming back. Now, I did not want no spoilers for this, so I stayed away. So after I finished watching the Green with Evil series, because as much as I hated the graphics, I still watched it, and I just wanted to finish it, and so I just continued watching until I think I only watched maybe one more episode after the Green with Evil series, and then that was it. And they didn't do the first season, as far as what I heard. They only did it until the middle of the first season. They only did like halfway through the first season. So anyways, I was so excited when Saban bought it back. I did not want no spoilers, but then I did end up finding out what the name was. Power Ranger Samurai. Yeah. Power Ranger Samurai. Oh my god, okay, what do I say about Power Ranger Samurai? And so then, okay, well, here in Canada, now we did get Nickelodeon, but I didn't get the channel here, so I had to wait until May when it aired on a different channel, YTV, and then for the first time in I don't know how many years, I was able to watch Power Rangers on TV normally, because it would air in the afternoon. I was like, finally, I'm so glad I don't have to get up so early in the morning or record it. And I was just so happy when it came back. Then, now actually I did record the first episode of Samurai because we weren't home at the time and I wanted to watch it. So I did do that, but the other weeks, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So I was so happy when Samurai, or Power Rangers Samurai was back. Now I was hearing rumors that there's going to be people returning and stuff. And then I found out that Bulk came back. I was like, oh yeah, Bulk came back. And I thought maybe more people were going to come back, or maybe not. I don't know. So Power Rangers Samurai started. Yeah. And all of a sudden, they already had their powers. And I was like, huh? I was actually confused. I was like, wait. I waited for over a year for new episodes. And about a year after Saban announced that he was bringing it back. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? They already have the power. I literally was confused. I couldn't enjoy the episode as much as I wanted. I was happy that Power Rangers is back, but I could not enjoy the episode. And then I waited, and then I started watching the following weeks, and then I actually, for the first time ever, I actually started complaining about Power Rangers. And it wasn't that I hated the season. It's because I did not like how it premiered. I wanted to know, how did they get their powers back? Were they going to do a backstory like they did with RPM? Or were they going to... I didn't know what was going on. And so I could not enjoy it. And I tell you the truth, by the summer, but after a few months, I had to stop. Now, because I think by this time, there was an Origins episode coming up. But like I said, I had to stop and... Yeah, because I could not watch it anymore. Now, like I said, it's not I hated Power Rangers. It's just I didn't like how it premiered. Now, usually I wouldn't complain about not seeing how they got the powers. But like I said, I waited for over a year for new episodes. And I want to be introduced, not just boom. Here's new powers, boom. Yeah. So, yeah. And so everybody was excited that Power Rangers would come back. And they thought it was going to have this big, huge... restart or whatever. It was all getting all hyped up. Now, do I feel like it lived up to the hype? No, unfortunately. Yeah, and so I'll get into that more in a minute. So anyways, yeah, so I didn't watch Samurai, and then YTV around just before Christmas was airing Origins episode, the first part. And so, not knowing that, it was not really it was continuation, sort of. And so, I decided I'd tape it and then watch it, record it, and then watch it later on. But I wanted to watch the first two episodes together. But unfortunately, for some reason, Nickelodeon didn't air the episodes, because I thought maybe because it's Christmas and they usually show lots of episodes, or lots of Christmas specials, I mean. And so I was hoping after the Christmas holidays they were going to start airing the second episode, but they did not air the second episode until February or March of last year. And so I decided, you know what, I want to see how this starts. So I actually decided to join Netflix, and because I know Netflix was showing it. And when I seen the Origins episode, I instantly liked it. Now, I understand people don't like Samurai, and I can understand that. But I will admit too that I did not like it either. But the reason I didn't like it is because I didn't like how it premiered, and so I couldn't get into it until I found out how they got their powers back, how they got their powers. And now I think they should have just stuck with the Origins episode. Yes, maybe the other episode might have been more action packed or whatever, but I just felt they should have just stuck with the Origins episode. I just felt it had been way more better. And I don't think it's really Saban's fault. I think it's more Nickelodeon's fault that they wanted to do that. And also the 20 episode thing, which I will get to later on. So, and now at this time when I seen the Origins episode, Super Samurai was already starting. The next season of Super Samurai was starting. Yeah. Yeah, and so I didn't watch Super Samurai. I wanted to watch Samurai first, and yeah, yeah. So I watched. I finally finished watching Samurai, and then I actually did not watch Super Samurai until January of this year, right before Megaforce started. Now, before I talk about a little bit about Megaforce, I want to talk about Samurai for a minute. Samurai, I will agree, like I said, I don't believe it lived up to all the hype, because I know it was getting all this hype. Oh, Power Rangers coming back, Power Rangers coming back. But unfortunately, it did not live up to all the hype. Yeah. That's very unfortunate, and I understand why people like it, but at the same time, I could see maybe why it turned out the way it did. Number one, you have to look at the source material, like which, as you know, came from Shikanger. If you know Super Sentai, it came from Shikanger. So you have to look at how the costumes look like and everything, and whatever. Okay, that's one thing, but you have to realize Saban bought the series back in May of 2010. And he had to cast the actors, write new stories, which I'm thinking that's why they decided to basically just copy the same story that Shikanger had. And yeah, so he really only had 9 months to basically write a whole new season for Power Rangers. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I feel like the way it turned out. Now, I believe that if he had more time to create, like work on Samurai, I believe it would have maybe turned out different. Now, like I said, I like Samurai. I remember at first I didn't like it just because of the whole thing, the way it premiered. But by the time when I watched the last episode, I instantly liked it, and yeah. But I do prefer Super Samurai more than Samurai because I feel like more stuff happens in Super Samurai. Especially after Master Xandrid fights the Power Rangers for the first time. It really gets exciting after that, or at least I find it exciting. Yeah, so, yeah. And last summer, I started following this stuff that was going on with Megaforce. And I was really excited about this, so I was excited like everybody else. And I was just hoping it was going to live up, and do I think it lived up to the excitement? Well, I do think it lived up to the excitement more than what Samurai did, but I don't think it lived up to all the excitement. I do feel like it lived up to more excitement than Samurai, but yeah. And I do like Megaforce. I know a lot of people are not liking Megaforce, but the thing is, it only had 9 episodes, and I know it's coming back in September, but yeah, like, are you really going to judge a season after only watching 9 episodes? Like, and I will say this right now, I actually like it better than Samurai and Super Samurai. And yeah, yeah, so I like, and I know people also get mad for the 20 episode thing, which I do not like either. I don't like, and I feel this is Nickelodeon's fault. If they would air the proper, like, 40 episodes or whatever for 1 year, then we probably could have got Megaforce last year, and then we could have been into whatever they're going to do next year for this year, or whatever they're going to do. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm liking Megaforce. Yeah. Yeah. Now I don't really know if I want to talk about this. I know people are all hyped up about what's going on next year. I'm not going to say too much about next year because I don't want to do any spoilers, because I feel like I already been spoiled with spoilers, but I don't want to tell people. So if anybody's watching this part, don't worry about it because I'm not going to do no spoilers. As you know, there's supposed to be this big celebration next year for Power Rangers. Like, it's already started now with Megaforce, but it seems supposed to even get bigger next year. Yeah. And people are already getting mad. Like, okay, the show hasn't even aired yet. Are you really going to start getting mad at something that hasn't even come out yet? And here's the one thing, I will say this. There are a certain bunch of people that are supposed to be returning. And everyone thinks they are the only ones returning. Now, I know some people have said no, they're not returning, and some people have haven't said anything if they're returning next year. But there is something called a contract. You know, no, I'm joking. Yeah, no, but there is, but they might not be telling the truth. Just because they said they're not returning doesn't mean they're telling the truth, and the reason that is because maybe they're under contract. I know you probably heard this from other places as well, but, and even maybe that's not the case either. Maybe then they are not returning. But you know what? With what I feel we know so far about what's going on with next year, I feel it's still gonna be a really good season. I feel like it might even be one of the best seasons ever made. Yeah, and once again, The only thing I will say is I think it will be 20 episodes. I hope it's not, but it probably is, because for the last 2 years, or well, actually last 3 years, it has only been 20 episodes, and yeah, it's probably gonna be the same again. But like I said, we don't know. Stuff could change. Yeah. So like I said, just wait until next year starts airing, and also, we're not even finished with Megaforce this year. Like, you're gonna get overly excited for something. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm excited too for next year, but I just feel, okay, let's just wait. Let's just wait until it airs and finish watching Megaforce. Now, if you don't like Megaforce after it airs, that's fine. But to judge it while it's only aired 9 episodes, that's different. That's just yeah, whatever. So yeah, so yeah. And so that's all. Because I'm excited for next year. I'm excited for Megaforce return. I like Megaforce. I like Megaforce meant more than Samurai. Yeah. Now I guess I could tell you. Now you know. Now I just recently I said a couple minutes ago that I like Operation Overdrive more than RPM. Now, do I like Samurai more than Operation? I would have to say I probably like Super Samurai better than Operation Overdrive, because Super Samurai, I will say, that is probably one of my favorite seasons outside the Zordon era, maybe right behind Dino Thunder. Actually, no, I would say actually Megaforce is right outside Dino Thunder, and then yeah. But I think I feel like next year could be one of the best scenes ever made, especially outside the Zordon era. Like I said, we don't know exactly everything that's going to happen. Like, we know, like, I don't want to say really anything. I don't want to give no spoilers, but we know some stuff. But I feel like that's only a small part of what we know is going to happen next year. So yeah, so I'm just excited for Megaforce to return, and I'm also excited for what's going to happen next year. So yeah, I have to check how long this video is going to be. I might divide up into 2 parts maybe. I don't know. I have to see how long this video is. If it seems like it's been a very long video. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Like I said, this is gonna be the first video of a week-long thing of videos. I'm gonna try and have at least maybe 4 more videos, maybe more. But I should have at least another 4 for Power Rangers. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, because my next video is going to be my Power Rangers memorabilia stuff. The stuff I have bought, well, most of the stuff I bought throughout the years. And as you can see, Dragon Zord and some of my Power Rangers here. Well, that's only a very small thing of that. You're going to see a lot more stuff than that, like especially more action figures and more other stuff like books and stuff like that. Not the home videos, that's going to be a separate video. I'll get to more of that later. But so stay tuned for the next video for my, I guess you could say, Power Rangers memorabilia. So I just want to thank you guys once again for watching, and sorry if this is a long video. It might be in 2 parts. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. Bye.